Now, Lynn is joining us from Victoria. Lynn, what do you make of what's happening with the flight attendants in Air Canada?
I have a ticket out to London, England, September 4th. However, it's a luxury. I agree with the union members that I don't want binding arbitration in Canada. I want free collective bargaining. Unions are still valid groups. They have brought us many, many advantages over the years, and with so many companies contracting out, it feels as if union membership is just being dwindling away. So I support the striking, the work stoppage. I support them.
Lynn, if you're not able to get another flight, what are you going to do?
It's a luxury. I either go and have fun with my cousins, or I stay here in Victoria and have fun with my friends. Those people, their wages and the work that they're doing on the ground and not being paid for is an issue for me that it's not a hardship. It's not a hardship with me.
And lastly, Lynn, I appreciate your time. If an agreement has been reached in whatever capacity where the flight attendants vote for it and they're being paid more for for the work that they're doing, and that costs you more in a ticket, are you okay with that?
Yes, we have to pay the true price of things.
All right.
Yes.
Lynn, I
Lynn,
I appreciate your call. Lynn in Victoria, thank you very much. John Henry, interesting that we're hearing, wondering about, I think some people wondering perhaps travelers who have initially said that they support the striking flight attendants, but the more this drags on and the more people are inconvenienced, how long do you think that support might last?
Well, I think that it's more common. What I heard from Lynn is actually more common than we think. And there's a huge support when people realize that one of the key issues is that flight attendants aren't being paid for a lot of work that we see them doing. When we see them helping us board, when we see them helping us in the airport, when we see them when we're deplaning, all that work that's unpaid, I don't think any Canadian thinks the government should force workers to be unpaid. And that's what's happening. The government is working on behalf of a private corporation, on behalf of Air Canada. So it's really refreshing to hear callers like Lynn, because it is true, like it's going to be an inconvenience for people, but we are talking about all of our rights as workers that are on the line here.
Let's go to the other side of the country now. Tabassom, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is joining us from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Tabassom, what's your situation?
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, I'm calling from all the way from the other coast. So me and my family, first of all, I want to say that we are in total support. We stand with the QP members. We are totally supporting the flight attendants. The only thing I want to say is that from our own experience, my parents and I, we had booked from many months ago a flight with Air Canada on Thursday, August 21st to go to Dubai, from Fredericton to Dubai, to visit our family members after more than 4 years. It's super frustrating to see that all plans have changed, but one thing that I want to mention is that all the customers, I believe, should stand in solidarity and in support with flight attendants, because Air Canada is not respecting their own flight attendants and their own employees. How can we expect that they respect us as the customers? I was checking the flight status of the flight that we are supposed to be on in 4 days for Monday today, and they were keeping it with on-time status until 2 hours ago. So they were not even respecting customers and travelers who have booked flights for today. They're keeping them in total uncertainty, and they are only announcing that, okay, your flight is canceled 10 hours before the flight. So what should they do? And with that being said, I had to figure, I was not able to sleep overnight because I was following the news and I was trying to figure out an alternative plan to cancel the flights. And me and my parents, we will no longer book anything with Air Canada until we ensure that every single flight attendant is feeling satisfied with their situation.
And Wendy in New Westminster. Wendy, how are you affected?
I was supposed to fly out on Saturday.
And what are you going to do now?
Well, I phoned in on Friday and waited 4.5 hours to talk to somebody, and they basically advised me to keep my booking, to check in, and that eventually Air Canada would find me a flight. Thinking you never know when the strike is going to end or if it's even going to start at that point. My problem isn't with the striking people. My problem is with Air Canada. Like, they knew this was coming. They knew this was going to happen. And now customers are shut out. I can't call them. I can't change my flight because they've literally taken it off. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. When I phoned in today, they basically said to me, your flight isn't within 48 hours. Well, yeah, because now the only flight I have is the one coming home. I have no recourse. I was told not to cancel my booking, that they would eventually find me a flight, so I didn't cancel it. I don't have any way to get to where I'm going. I haven't had a vacation in 13 years. I really needed this. Mental health-wise, I needed this vacation. And now I have no recourse with Air Canada because they won't talk to me.
Wendy, I really appreciate your call. It sounds like you're in a difficult situation and probably mirroring what a lot of people are feeling.